Today, I'm going to be prepping the jointer to be connected by an overhead service drop. In a previous life, this machine was up against a bench and this cord worked just fine. It was plugged into a wall back here and there was no problem with that. And then I forget how the dust was hooked up, but now the dust is going to come out at like a 45 and then another 45, and the dust is going to come up straight like that. And the jointer is going to be right here. It's not going to be up against a wall. So putting the power going straight up like that, that's not a real good idea. And no matter what, I can't use this hardware right here. It's about time to get that out of there. You can see how bad that's getting pinched there. So there's a couple options. I can put some 90-degree hardware here and go straight up, but then I would have a cord right here and dust going up right here, two separate things, and there wouldn't be any flexibility. This would just go straight up and get plugged into an outlet right about that high, and then it would go up to the ceiling. That's not a real good idea. I want there to be a little play in the cord, but I want the cord to remain in the exact same spot. So the way I plan on doing that is to come out of here with that 45 like we were talking about, but to have the cord loop down here a little bit and then go up through a hole that's, well, maybe a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch bigger than the cord. All it's doing is positioning it. If you move the machine, it would just slide up and down through it. Just a metal plate with a hole right here. I think that's the best way to do it. At first, I had thought of putting a strain relief right there, and on the inside, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but the switch on the front of the machine, can you see that? It goes back to this switch right here. I'm sure this is just a magnetic switch right here, always in the on position. And then it has a cord clamp coming out the top, and then it goes right out the back. So all I would need to do is remove that and reroute the wire over to here. There's a little bit of space right here. This is the dust chute right here, but I would have to go down and under the pulley. Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere up there. We got the pulley going to the cutter head and all that. So I would have to loop it down here and then go up through here. But then I would have basically a hard connection between here and that outlet. And if the machine moves around a little bit or gets bumped and gets moved by maybe a foot, I'll have the clear flex hose on the dust, but this would be pretty much hardwired in. So I want that loop of extra cord going up and positioned right here. It's always going to stay in the right position. And if the machine gets bumped, it's just going to pull that cord tighter. I think this is the way to do it. So I need to make my little thing here with a hole in it. And I got some steel. Figures it's the only size of steel I didn't have on hand. So I'll just drill a hole a little bit bigger than the cord around these corners, cut it off, and put 2 sheet metal screws through it into the unit, And let me grab the stuff that I have for that 90-degree elbow. Hopefully that works. I could use this 1/2-inch squeeze connector. That would fit right on there, but this radius is a little bit tight for that size cord. So what I was thinking is this pull elbow, and it's threaded, so I can put a strain reliever on it like that and connect it right like that, and then I can aim it whatever way I want to. I don't want to cover up this opening, but you rarely ever go back here and all you would have to do is lift the cord up and take the door off. But to do this, I need to drill that hole a little bigger. So I think we're going to do that. Let me take this off. We'll pull this cord back in there, drill the hole bigger, and put this in place. All right, we ran into a problem. Easy to fix, but I wasn't expecting it. The strain relief won't tighten all the way down to a number 12 cord like this. It'll work on a number 10, but not on a number 12. And the strain relief for 1/2 inch, that won't work either. This only goes up to 3/8. So I don't know, for some reason, number 12 just isn't included in their sizes. They only have a couple sizes at least at the store I go to, Menards. So I'm just going to wrap this with silicone repair tape. It's not really tape, it's just, it sticks to itself. And I'll get it to the right thickness, back this into there, and tighten it up. Let's give this a quick spritz of Mr. Clean. Get that stuff off. And if you've never seen this before, I guess people are using this on their dust collection systems to seal the joints, which is a good idea. This stuff, the tighter you pull it, the stronger the connection will be. Let me cut a piece off here. All right. So this stuff only sticks to itself, so it's not going to make a mess. You know, a bunch of sticky tape. A little bit more. So this will actually protect this cable even better. All right, that's going to be it. might have it a little too tight. That's what's great about this stuff. I could peel one little wrap off and it's not going to be all sticky or anything. Yeah, we had it just a little bit too tight. I want this to slide on. Yeah, that's perfect. Beautiful. There we go. Now it's working like a flare nut and squeezing on the cord. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Now I just got to tighten this nut up in here and put this cover on, and we can move on to the next step. Okay, I like that a lot. I like the strain relief way better than how it came from the factory. This is really nice, and now the way it curves like that, and once I get that little fixture that I'm going to make in place, that'll hold it in exactly the right spot, right next to the dust collection, and both of them will have enough play if the machine gets bumped or something. This will have, oh, maybe a foot of play, and we'll have the clear hose on the dust collection as well. Okay, now I got to make that little part, and I don't have a lot of tools over here. I'm hoping I can scribe that on here and do a lot of that with the grinder, but I got a fairly big hole to cut on the end and a couple holes to mount it. So what I'm thinking is leave this thing whole, and so I can clamp it down. I got plenty of clamping with it like it is. It's going to end up being, oh, about that long, about 6 inches or so. So a big hole here, 2 smaller holes. I'm around these corners, well, I'm around all the corners, and then I'm going to round the heck out of the corner where the cord passes through, and I'm going to paint it. So that'll take an hour or so, so let's get to it. Okay, that is exactly what I was looking for. I was going to use self-tapping screws to go into the base here, but they weren't working out. This is some tough metal, and it's pretty thick. So I switched over to machine screws, but I don't have the right size or length, but that's okay. I'll swap that out later. I have to take this off and paint it, but that's exactly what I was looking for. now we'll have, where are those? We got some plugs over here, some 220 plugs. There's gonna be a plug hanging from the ceiling, and this will be plugged in right about that height, so when it's unplugged, I can walk right under it. Good, good, good. Yeah, this video was going to be part of this service drop video where I ran this conduit, and I'm going to do the service drops shortly, but the video is getting way too long. This is probably going to be 12, 13 minutes, maybe even more. So I decided to split them apart. So if you want to see the rest of this, how to get the service drop to the other end of that plug, make sure to look for that video. I'll try to link it, but they're coming out at different times, and that may be hard to do. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, I'll be doing one similar to this, but different for the planer. And the table saw, the cord basically just runs along the floor and then curls up and goes to a plug. If I have any problems with it, I may put something similar on here to keep it exactly in the right spot, but I don't think it's going to be any problem with the table saw. These two machines will get moved a little bit, and they can't have their cords hanging out in the aisles or anything like that. So this is a perfect solution. Okay, make sure you head on over and go look at the service drop video. But that's it for this one.